Hello, this is Lee, back once again for another video. And there's just been so much has happened since our last meeting. You know, the Mae Young Classic 2018 coverage continues. And shame on WWE for forcing us to wait, an entire month to watch 2 nights of wrestling. But round 1, over the course of 4 hours, 4 episodes, has finally been made available on the WWE Network, unlike last year where it was all pretty much there to begin with, except for the very final match. And we're going to have to wait another month to see the rest of it, starting tomorrow night. Not a paid shill. But still, very enjoyable show. So, I'm going to get into the matches. This is all spoiler territory, obviously. But these matches happened back in September. No, August. They happened back in August, actually. And they were shown in September. Here we are in October, so you were warned. So I'll try to share my thoughts, what I remember for these matches. The very first match that was shown, I have my notes here, was Tegan Nox versus Zatara. And I don't recall seeing either of these wrestlers before. Tegan Nox kind of dressed in kind of a teal outfit. Heroic girl, face. And then Zatara was a luchadora, a little more pale skin. She had a luchadora mask, wearing black and gold. Much more healing it up. And I like that. I like it, even when you have, a beautiful woman, she can wear a mask. She can play a villainess. And she can do it well. See, that's part of women's wrestling. It's not forcing them into this mold of, oh, she's just a dainty little flower, or oh, she's a ravishing beauty, or oh, she's a model and can't do anything. No, it's like every possible character. Just like male wrestlers, if they are all the same, like muscle-bound, beach bum hunks, it'd be boring. Very boring. You want characters. You want people of different sizes, shapes, and colors, different styles, different personalities, and everything, different types of matches. Now, all these are one-on-one matches, so you didn't have anything crazy, no weapons, no cages, no tag teams, but still, good stuff. So, Tegan Nox, I was rooting for Zatara, and Zatara was beaten. Unfortunately, I was rooting for the luchadora to win. But Tegan Nox finally took her down. And of course she deserved to win because she was the face. She was the good person. And Zatara was the cheater. She was the brute, the thug, the bully. And that's kind of how it goes. Of course, Tegan from the UK. They plugged Molly Holly at the start. Tegan Nox says, oh, I was inspired by Molly. She's great. So, good for them. I mean, WWE has done so much to bury Molly Holly since she left. They've kind of been nicer to her. They gave her a table for 3. So good for them. So that's match 1 of round 1. And I'll talk about the next one. So, match number 2, of course, in the Mae Young Classic. All still round 1, night 1, and 4 matches. But whatever, I tried to watch them all together. We have Rhea Ripley. And she lost to Evie last time. Who they called... did they call her Evie, or they called her... Yeah. Anyway. So she's kind of like darker now. And she's a biker chick, whatever. Against MJ Jenkins. And MJ Jenkins, it was kind of funny because, the two of them... Rhea Ripley is like the kind of the masculine image. She's tough, she's strong, she's hard-edged, she's kind of like dark, whatever. And then MJ Jenkins, she's Afrolicious, and she's wearing pink, and she has bright, sparkly makeup, and she's like absurdly feminine. So the two of them, both good enough women's wrestlers. I hadn't really, I'd seen Rhea Ripley before because of the previous Mae Young Classic, but not MJ Jenkins. But anyway, the two of them had a, pretty okay match. Not much more to say about it. Still kind of getting warmed up. But really, MJ Jenkins was like totally Foxy Cleopatra from Austin Powers Part 3. like a 70s disco lady. All wrestlers steal their gimmicks from pop culture pretty much, and so that's fine. It's an ancient tradition. So it was all right. Nothing too impressive. I was, with these matches, I was kind of feeling like, yeah, this is kind of like the last Mae Young Classic. I hadn't been impressed yet. My impressedness would come later. So they started off okay. Kind of, nothing too unexpected. And you had the commentary team, and, the crowd kind of was alternately dead and getting into it. They definitely cheered for people they knew. There were a few Shimmer fans in the crowd, you could tell, because they were the ones into it, but they weren't, even if you got every Shimmer fan, all 250 of them, into an arena like that, they're still not going to be able to carry the whole crowd, but they did their best, I'm sure. I wasn't there live. I just had to watch it. So, anyway. Second match, all right. And let's see, the winner was, I had to look it back up, Rhea Ripley. I called it. I kind of predicted it. In the previous match, I'd wanted the Luchador to win, but I figured that Tegan would win. So there you go. So match number 3 of the first episode in the Mae Young Classic 2018, you had Vanessa Craven. That's right, Vanessa Craven, the giant, the mountain. They didn't try super hard to make her look cute and feminine, because she's just a giant, and she's got kind of a cute little smile, but she's really very hard, very nasty looking. She's got her little pigtails, and it's incongruous. It's like she's a giant child, mischievous child. But anyway, Vanessa Craven, good for her. She's back. She's got the little, just dark attitude, like she's just going to crush you. And she was against Lacey Lane. And I thought this was a foregone conclusion. Really, it's little Lacey Lane. And, she's just going to get destroyed. And that's pretty much how the match was. It's the David and Goliath thing, classic. They do the handshake, and it's like Vanessa isn't a total heel. She's going for the face, but she's also very dastardly strong. Just kind of a natural... you just assume she's bad just because she's a big monster. But a surprise win, really, for the small Lacey Lane, mismatched person. I wasn't expecting this. I really thought that Vanessa would take it. But there was I think they call it a crucifix, where the person's like laying this way and the other person's like this, and they get slammed backwards. And it looked really good. So they did a good job. I think Vanessa made Lacey Lane look good. So there's... And let me say something else about Lacey Lane. With a name like that, what do you picture when you hear that? Maybe you think of Lacey Von Erich. You picture some, pretty blonde, model type, you don't really picture someone who kind of resembles Ember Moon. She's got... the long, thick hair and the contact lenses to give her kind of an odd look. Lacey Lane did a good job with her look, unique. She has kind of these, not really, just a kind of a dreadlock type of hair, contacts, yellow outfit, almost like a ninja, like Scorpion from the original Mortal Kombat kind of thing. She's small compared to Vanessa Craven, but, character, look. You get some women wrestlers where they have a great outfit, and they're gorgeous, or they're nasty looking, whatever. They have a great look, a presence. If this is an RPG, they'd have a presence attack. But then when it comes to wrestling, they really don't have it. It's kind of the opposite of what people stereotype indie wrestling as. It's like, all these vanilla midgets, they look boring, but they can do great moves. So you're just like, boring guy number 1, do some great move. Boring guy number 2, do great moves. But no, she looked great. So, got the look down, and she didn't look bad out there. Sometimes you can tell in a match, the one wrestler is great, and the other wrestler is not so good. So they're being carried along, trying to make them look good. But in this case, I hadn't seen Lacey Lane wrestle before, but I think Vanessa Craven and her worked well together. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. So, pretty good. And I didn't think Vanessa Craven back in the day, watching her in Shimmer, was the bomb, but she was certainly unique, certainly good, certainly did what she did. And every large woman is not, a rip-off of Awesome Kong. She's kind of in a class by herself, but, she does a good job. So, good match.